Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, Roll Cage TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of beautiful pink truckiness that I think I am just going to actually... And the last episode, I went ahead and got it all refueled just in case I wanted to put it somewhere else, and I'm probably going to send it back. But I already have another truck there, the Blue Baron. And what do I want to do first? This is just pulling back trailers. I've got a Scout Fuel Carrier trailer. I've got a Scout Fuel Carrier trailer. I've got a Scout Fuel Carrier trailer. I've got a sideboard semi-trailer. I've got a prototype exploration unit. I've got a small Scout trailer. And I've got a fuel carrier semi-trailer. Those are all the trailers I need to bring back. Almost certainly not in that order. But I want to see where they are. Okay. None of them are close to this truck. And that trailer I can bring back right away. So I have one semi-trailer and one can I get it with a semi-trailer or do I need a high saddle? I think I can get it with a low saddle. So I need a shuttle back and forth, low saddle. But this one actually, that one is useful for retrieving other small things. And those are the ones I can't retrieve, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a Scout Fuel Carrier. Wait, how did that not get on the list? Oh, I never hit a button for it. Okay. Or hit it twice or something. Okay. I can pack 3 of them in there, but I can't really. So what I'm going to do is get the flatbed. I'm going to do these 3 first. I'm going to come out of the garage. So let's clear all this. This guy might as well go to the garage. There's nothing else for him to do here. But I will go ahead and switch to his brother. And he is going to get rid of that logging frame. He will just take a saddle. No, not a saddle low. He is going to take a... I can't use the long sideboard because I can't hitch with it. So just do the sideboard bed. Okay. And then I have to go to the trailer store. Oh, I had a trailer there. I could have bought it at the trailer store while I was there. Darn, that was the reason to have them there, the truck there. They had a trailer at the trailer store. All right. Well, leave the garage. I am going to, I should probably stop the engine. I'm going to try to make this all in one trip. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go back to the trailer store. And I'm going to buy a very difficult trailer to maneuver around, but I can pick up 3 fuel carriers. And I can pack them all. I will not have to drag any of them. Is that the thing that goes? Yeah, that's the obstruction, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have to come back here anyway. Well, I'm gonna have to drag. This is where I'm gonna drag them back. So I'm gonna do a double trip back and forth. But that's okay. And because of the scout fuel carrier, I might have, I don't know how much fuel I have in them though. I think they're mostly empty. But when I get to the trailer store, I will fill up. Actually, what I will probably do, I think I'm coming back to the garage, so to maximize the amount of fuel, I will bring the trailer I want over by the garage, and then I will recover the truck, which will refuel it, because this is easy mode. I'm playing just a normal mode game. Whoops, I'm playing wrong button. I'm playing just a normal mode game. Yes, it's not a new game plus. That's how you show that off. It's not a new game plus. It's just a normal game. Also, I haven't showed this in a while. In settings, the very first setting, steering mode, steering wheel, I have it set to, even though I'm playing with a controller. Because if you look, if you read the little text on the right, I know it's difficult to read. I stopped at a bad spot and with the chat. But I'll read the last sentence. Intended to use with a steering wheel, comma, will cause automatic wheel centering if this mode is used with a controller. Automatic wheel centering even with a controller. So if you have a hard time where you're trying to steer the thing, and this is very common, people who first start playing this game, I'm trying to steer the trailer, and it doesn't steer like any other game I've played that has a vehicle. If you let go of the joystick goes back in the center and your vehicle goes centered. And the default steering mode for a controller in this game doesn't do that. You have to keep nudging it left and right to get it centered. So definitely recommend that you set the steering mode to wheel, the steering wheel, because then it will track your joystick centering and will center the wheels. I've not found any reason why you shouldn't do that. Maybe there's a certain circumstance where you want to make sure you maintain a certain angle, and you can't maintain that angle of the wheels unless you turn that off, and you know, you can't hold the joystick at just that right angle. No, that's BS. That never happens. The only way it affects me is if I want to go around a corner and I want to be able to take a drink like I'm doing now. I don't have to pause to take a drink. I can just keep the button down that would actually continue that process. You see, I've still kept the button down, and the rocks turn me around, so it's not important. So yes, one handy tip I have, set that setting to steering wheel, even if you're playing with a controller. Playing this game with a steering wheel is a fun experience. I imagine I haven't had, my steering wheel's been packed up for a long time. But also kind of frustrating. I would think it would be a little frustrating as well. It does very well with controller. All the buttons and stuff on the controller and things. A wheel and a mouse and a keyboard. I've got all that on my controller. I've got a little miniature keyboard on my controller, so I can hit keys if I need to. But I've no reason to. The one thing that is used, the mouse is very useful for, because they implemented very poorly the winching on a controller. You know, you've got joysticks. When you go into winch mode, you could move the joystick around and like a mouse and attach it to where you want to go, but no. Instead, they use the little D-pad to scroll around to the different attachment points. And the D-pad, I hate to say, the D-pad, if you hold it down, it should scroll to the different attachment points, right? But it doesn't. You have to keep tapping on the D-pad for it to scroll around. I don't mind it so much that you have to scroll around through the attachment points. I mean, better if you could use the joystick to move the cursor much faster or whatever. Or direct it right to there. You know, like with the mouse, you attach to the front and then you get a cursor there and then you move the joystick to the tree you want to attach to. Bam, that's not difficult. But they implemented it with the D-pad, and they implemented it in the worst possible way with the D-pad. Which was that you have to tap, 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 tap. You can't even just hold it down to scroll, so. Drives me crazy. Okay. I'm going to the garage. Well, why is that point there? Okay. I missed that. I drove past it. Anyway, let's get the whole path here to where I'm going to go. I'm pretty sure I'm going by the garage. I eventually want to go to not that one. That one, and then there's another two on the way back. No, those are where two of them are. Okay, that one's the one on the way back. Okay, so I want to go here eventually. And I'm going to grab the flatbed trailer. Yeah, there's no shortcut to get there from here, right? Nothing that's worthwhile. So I will not grab a fuel carrier trailer first to fuel, because I will just drive by the garage and then recover back to the garage to get all my fuel and repairs, and then come back out from the garage and reattach the trailer. Trying to do this as efficiently as I can, and abuse the fact that I'm not playing on hardcore mode. So many people on YouTube that do these Let's Plays are all playing hardcore mode. So many games in general. People think that to be a content creator, you have to be really good and play everything on hard mode and show off how good you are. I'm beyond that. I'm an old retired guy. I'm beyond that worry. I don't care. I don't care that I'm not that good at anything. I'm a try-hard gamer. I've been playing and enjoying games since there were games, since video games first came to the bowling alleys and pinball arcades. I guess I could pick this up on the way. Yeah, I'll pick this up on the way, put it in my bed. Maybe there'll be a different way to come back. But I don't want to necessarily shuttle it right back, because the other ones here are pretty close. But I'll pick this up on the way. Oh, and I get to show off one skill that I do have in this game, which is how to, excuse me. The skill is how to lift a Russian, or how to lift a fuel carrier into your vehicle by using a Russian crane. It's not easy to do. And I'll actually have to, and this is ice. I think I can avoid the ice, but I think I might as well go through the ice. I've tried to avoid the ice before, and I think it's just a pain in the butt to go around either way. So I'll just go through the ice. All right, that's where I'm going. That's what I'm doing. Let's do it. I do not need the fuel because I'm gonna go buy go get fuel from the garage. So, ramp flatbed trailer, that's the one. I have 4 slots there, 2 slots here. The trailers each need 2 slots, so I can get all 3 at once. And we'll see if we can get that done this episode, at least. How I'm going to get that, recover that portable exploration unit, that might be an adventure in itself. That's going to be a multi-episode task, I think, which means I am probably not going to finish this during the stream. I've got 3 episodes left in the stream, including this one. Which means I'm going to go over the 100 and, what did I say? 129, oh geez. I'm going to be over 130 episodes in this location, which is a bit ridiculous. But it is what it is, I suppose. I've averaged around 100. And I would have liked to keep it that way, but this place is throwing off my average like crazy. Okay, why am I having a struggle? I should not be struggling. This is just back from the trailer store. I know how to get back from the trailer store. Wiggle the wheels, wiggle the wheels, you'll get off that rock. It's an icy rock, that's part of the problem. Okay, now you got it, I think. Why are you not getting it? Is it your back wheels that are struggling? See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, it just happened to go there. I don't know a lot, but if you had a lot of trees around you and you had to tap, 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 tap to get to the right place to winch, real problem. Yeah, and like I said, there's no reason for that. It's very easy to. They could have made it better. What? I didn't set these down. Actually, I can go over this. Going this way. Did I lose waypoint? No, I just never did set the waypoints back to the garage. Oh, okay. We can deal with that. Now here, I want to put a little divot in, so I know that's where I want to double park the trailer, go to the garage, and get fuel that way. That'll be the fastest and fullest way. I'll also fully repair, and I won't waste any fuel in like the fuel carrier trailers or whatever. Okay, now coming this way, you can just drive over here because it's like on the bridge and you can easily drive over it. You can't drive over it coming the other way though. You have to either try to drive up on the route side, which you can slide off, which one time I did, slide off the hill. And more rocks. Look at that. I got some momentum going. Certainly not afraid of tipping. Or you come through the, oh, I didn't want to touch this rock right in the middle, but I'm fine. It takes forever to unlock the garage when you first come to this map. I do not like this region. Which is why it's taking me 130 episodes or something. It doesn't take me that long because I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it because I don't. It's taking me 130 episodes, not because I don't like it. I don't like it because it's taking me 130 episodes. I find it unfair. I don't mind difficult challenges. I love this game for its brain. You have to think outside the box somehow to get sometimes to get some of these things done, how to recover your truck in certain ways, etc. But I don't like not having to use the wiki to figure out how to go somewhere in practice. If not, maybe you don't actually have to use the wiki, but in practice, you want to use the wiki to figure out how to go somewhere. Whoops. Attached trailer. And recover. Yes, I will recover because it's the fastest way to do it. Yes, I don't like having, and again, immediately I got myself some damage. And that's how this region is. I did have to look up on the wiki how to, unlock the garage. Because I knew there had to be tasks and stuff you had to do to unlock the garage, but you had to do them in such a specific order that, and by the time I got to this map, I had already had enough. Because there's one task you have to just know where to go. It's a hidden maze you have to go through because you have to hit these certain points and you don't know how to get through them except by trial and error. And it's a logistics game. It shouldn't be trial and error. I think that's unfair. No, not attached winch. Attached trailer. And make it day. Anyway. I'm not the arbiter of what there should or shouldn't be in the game. What should be in the game is what the developers think there should be in the game. But it is not in my style and preference that they have things that you can't tell from looking at the 20-year-old MapQuest map they give you. And I know there is a site, in case you don't know, you're probably familiar with mapinfo.net. Or no, maprunner.info, that's it. Maprunner.info is the location off of the SnowRunner. It's actually MudRunner fandom wiki, SnowRunner, and they have a link there to MapRunner and MudRunner. Did I say MudRunner wiki. They have a link off of their SnowRunner section to the maps, and that goes to a separate site, maprunner.info, and they show you where everything is on the map and what tasks you do, etc., etc. There is a beta site called 3d.maprunner.info that gives you a 3D map, and that would be very useful in a map like this, a region like this, because you can look there and it basically is like camera mode. I mean, they import it off of the actual 3D objects that are on the map. It's basically like photo mode where you get out of your car and look around, but that's what the whole map is like. So you can go search the entire map and try to see what is the slope on this snowy hill, what is the are there obstructions that are not marked on the in-game map, etc. And that is a very useful tool if you play the game on a map like this. But I'm not going to have that tool up while I'm streaming and while I'm playing, and I don't like having to use external tools to play the game anyway, which is why I play Titan Quest. I'm willing to announce now, in advance, well in advance, an official announcement will come, so subject to change. My next mid-season marathon is going to be the first Saturday in November. That's my mid-fall marathon. I have them every 3 months, mid-fall in November, mid-autumn, I think they call it, in November, midwinter in February, midsummer in the first Saturday of August. Doing this one? Mid-spring, first Saturday in May. Those are my mid-season marathons. They run for 12 hours, and the next marathon is going to be a 12-hour Titan Quest marathon. And if you haven't heard of Titan Quest, it is the greatest action RPG game ever made. It is a quote-unquote Diablo clone. It came out a few years after Diablo 2, probably around the time when Diablo 3 was originally scheduled to come out, until Blizzard North was shut down, and we had to wait 20 years for Diablo 3. It is like Diablo 2, but it has a lot of quality of life features, and you don't need to have, there's no secret things you need to wiki to discover to play through it well. There's none of that. The best feature of Titan Quest is you have a dual class hero. There are specialties that you choose from. Rather than a class, you set your, I can't remember what they're called, they're not called specialties, but there are 11 different specialties you can choose from. But that means there aren't 11 different classes, because each one gets to choose 2. You can choose up to 2. You choose one after you get to a certain level, and then after you get to the next level, you can choose the second one. Mastery, that's what they're called. So you choose 2 different masteries, which means they're like 55 different classes. And so you can choose, well, I want to have a warrior mastery, but then I also want to have a hunter mastery, so that I've got a lot of melee attack and a lot of range attack, which the hunter has, etc. And you can see by my raising my voice, I absolutely love the game. Titan Quest 2, a 20-year-old sequel in itself, is due to be coming out. There the thing is due to be coming out. Let me reach the thing. Titan Quest 2 is due to be coming out in just a few, this year yet, 2025. So, want to attach the trailer? I shouldn't have to. So definitely, stop by, see what Titan Quest 1 is like. Titan Quest 2, they didn't ruin it. I was afraid it was going to be like an over-the-shoulder perspective thing. No, it's still a isometric projection. Everything looks right. Titan Quest 1, though, is a lot bigger, as you would imagine, because there are like 5 different expansion packs for it. They just released an expansion pack on PC like last year. They have never released that last one on PlayStation, on console, which is sad. I wish they would. Okay, here's the secret with the Russian crane. You get it up nice and high, and you get it over where you want to drop the thing, and then you just use the winch to pull it up. You do not, under any circumstances, try to lift something with the crane itself. The crane is weak, but the winch is strong. And if you use the winch, you will eventually get it up here. Come on, buddy. Is it stuck? I don't think it's stuck. I will wiggle a little bit. No, it's going to want to go down. I am on the tongue, right? Yeah. I might have to do this in 2 steps because it looks like it is... That is the front of it, right? Where's the... Can I zoom in? No, I can't go zoom in. Ah, this way. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of stuck. Okay. Yes, okay. It's on. But this is not the best way of getting it on. I might actually be able to work with this, though, by mistake. Let's lower the winch. Yeah, let's see. How high can I raise? Can I raise the winch enough that I can do this the right way? It looks like I can. Okay. Raise the crane enough. Now I can pull it up on the winch. Pull it up all the way to the top. Raise the crane as high as you can. There we go. Now I got it. Okay. Now, here's how you do it. You rotate it. You rotate it. You rotate it. You got it nice and far back. Switching to crane view might make this a little easier. Is that crane view? No, that's truck view. Okay. Now you can lower the winch. Lower the winch until it touches. Just until it touches. Okay. Now you can lower the crane and go forward with the crane a little bit. Now lower the winch some more. No, it's... Oh, I'm on a slope. That makes it a little bit harder. Okay, pull the winch in some more. You need it to tip forward. Okay. Now you can lower the winch. Did it tip forward? It didn't tip forward. Oh, I'm making a mess of this. I didn't have it centered right. Okay, let me try this again. Actually, let me do it the alternate way if I can get the thing up high enough. Oh, if I do it right, it's easy, but it's uphill now, which is making it a little bit harder. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do it this way instead. Now. You know, I'm not saying what I'm doing. I'm actually packing it in upside down. No, it doesn't work this way. I can't get it to slide out. Okay. So I did manage to get it all the way up. I've got to get the crane position back far enough. Now rotate it. Rotate it. Rotate it. Come on, rotate. Why aren't you rotating? Is it stuck on something? It's just taking a while. I think. Why isn't it rotating? Is it stuck on something? I should be able to lift the crane up higher, but I can't lift the crane up higher. Oh, I could lift it a little higher. Okay. Okay. Now it's rotating. Now I can lower the winch. Go back. I want to go forward. Lower the winch. Now it's in position. Now I can go forward with the crane. Now the thing is on there. I want it to tip forward. Okay. Now I can... No. Now pull on the winch. There we go. That's the entire thing. That's the secret. And now you can lower the winch. And it's in. Okay. Now, I have, believe it or not, a tutorial on my page on how to do this. And it's a lot easier than the way I made it look. I think I can release it here. It is on a slope, which is one thing that's made this much harder. Oh, it's not packing. It's too far back. I did not realize how much of a slope I was on. I'm going to be creative here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now. Now maybe it'll pack. Probably still won't pack. Oh. No, I'm not even getting the pack trailer option on here, am I? Okay, let's go back to the crane. Oh, this should not have been this. You know what I'm going to do? I can still carry it like this. Let me get on flat ground where I can actually do this. I did not realize how much of a slope I was on. Trying to do this uphill. Okay. Yes, now I'm on level ground. Now I should be able to do it. Yeah, see how easy it is, he says? Is it going to turn, or is it stuck on something? It should not be stuck on anything. I know it fits on here. Why is it not turning? Turn! There you go. That's got it. It was kind of stuck on something. Oh, the crane's in the way. Oh, don't tell me I could have done it before. I just had to remove the crane. Okay. Now it's packed. Ah! A game is always an adventure. And let's zoom in. Yes, there are the little blocks there in front of the wheels. So it is packed. And I'm going to use that crane to do the same thing with the other ones, but in a little bit smarter way with the ramp flatbed. As you will see, I can use the crane to center. Oops, if I position the flatbed in the right place, I can use the crane, which is in front of the flatbed, to attach to the trailers and actually lower the rims of the flatbed and actually pull the trailer up onto the flatbed. And I believe they are in an area where that would be fairly easy to do, so I don't have to lift them up like I did this one and get them in the right spot. That is usually a lot easier than I made it. I can make it a lot easier. I was on a slope that I didn't realize, and that's why things are not working the way I normally do them. But like I said, on my YouTube channel, just search for something like, on my YouTube channel, search for Russian crane fuel trailer, something like that. And you'll see a quick and easy tutorial with better instructions on how to do it. Because I made a mess of it, as I often do. But the secret to the Russian crane, regardless of what you're trying to load, is you raise the Russian crane up high into the air over the position where you actually want to drop it, and then attach to the item, and then use the winch controls to drag the thing over the Russian, the trailer. Because the Russian crane is not strong enough to lift a lot of cargo. But the winch is strong enough to lift a lot of cargo. So if you try to use the controls where it says, you know, raise and lower crane, yeah, that ain't going to do it. You have to just raise and lower the winch. So you raise the crane nice and high, and then you use the winch to get the item up over your truck to where it needs to go. Then you rotate it where you want it, and then you use the winch again to lower it. Look at this, going straight through, everything's fine. Don't care about the ice. Whee! Yoo-hoo! Yeah, buddy. There, I didn't have to take one of the detours. I've took detours before because I was very suspicious of that ice, whether it was like cracked or not. But it's not. It's good ice. Is this the place? This is the place, and they're both upside down. Well, let me get. I need to take them back the same way I'm coming. So I want to turn around this trailer, which of course is not an easy thing to do in and of itself. Although, does this trailer have an independent axle? It does. Yeah. Terrible thing to try to turn around. I think I'm going to turn it around by attaching it, and then by detaching the trailer, and then yeah, I'm going to detach it, and I'm going to drag it to where I want it to go. Want it pointed that way. I'm going back the same way I came. I'm eventually going to want to get past those things. This does look like a fairly good place to do this, so I might just drag the trailers there. Ah, not close enough. Still not close enough. There we go. I could have done the side-to-side trick, and that would have probably been better. There wasn't a lot of room in there, though. Another trick that Wesel on Wheels showed me that a guy by the name of Space Pirate showed him. Although, well, he got off of a Space Pirate video. Is you pull up alongside the trailer, and then you winch the side of your truck to the side of the trailer, and that lets you turn it around. But you do need a little bit of area, and there wasn't a lot of area to maneuver there. Thought this would be easier. It might have been a mistake to think that, but. I'm gonna actually attach to this and drive it past where those fuel carriers are. little concerned about having this straight, but yeah, I need room to get reattached to the thing, but I also need to reposition those fuel carriers behind the thing. So how am I doing for fuel? Not great. Any of these fuel carriers have fuel? Any of them? Because you can just abuse fuel carriers. They won't explode or anything. Game's a little funny that way. I should have dragged these back with the winch when I was still behind the thing. Why didn't I think of doing that? It's even right side up. I want to attach to the back of it as well. Where is the front of it even? Front of it's in the ground now, okay. Oh, I can't attach to the back of it? Oh, that is the back, okay. I think I can get more centered on the back, can I? Yes, there. That's what I want to attach there. Okay, and back this up. Now I'm at 47 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get any of these loaded in the time I have. I want to get these back over here. And more or less lined up. Oh, come on, attach to the front of the thing. There we go. Okay, that one's lined up pretty well. Give release the winch, right? Oh, let's drag the other one back here as well. Oh, which point is that trailer? Oh, that's the tongue. I actually want the back of it. Okay. And I'm hoping it'll just flip around when I start backing up. Oh, well, it's going to flip. And it flips back. That's perfect. Okay. I think you can kind of see where I'm coming from and what I'm doing. Okay. Without disturbing the other one. Spin this one around. I can't attach to the back. Spin, 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 spin. Not good enough. Spin. I might be good enough there. All right. That's going to be it for now. But the plan is to go up here, lower the legs on that ramp, and then might have to back it up or do some other slight finagling. But then I can reach out the crane over the back of that trailer and use that to drive. Why am I doing this? I'm getting everything out of alignment. I thought I could fit. The trailers fit. Ah, well, I threw everything out of alignment, but we'll fix that. Yes, then use the trailer, use the crane to reach out, grab the trailers, drag them up on the legs of the flatbed, and make everything beautiful. And big ramp. There we go. There you go. And now, I don't think any of them are close enough, but if I go unpack, store crane mode, and grab them. And that's the idea, but I need to back up some, which is going to be a little bit tricky. But if I stay straight, I can do it. That's the plan for the next episode. I'm going to start the engine and sit here and say, if you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, though, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next YouTube episode will be the next weekday no, not a weekday. Yes, the weekday. Sorry, I keep forgetting what game I'm playing. Next YouTube episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. or 1800 hours in the UK, and 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Twitch, once again, stick around. YouTube next episode. I will see you then.